What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Kronos. His name is Skady. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Hades. His name is Nullus. Game number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Skady won the first game. Bit of a recap, if I can even remember what happened. Uranus versus Odin on Watering Hole. Game number 2 comes around. Skady wins that one. Poseidon versus Hades with an unorthodox Ares strategy. Game number 3 comes in. Nullus barely inches a victory with his own Uranus in the Uranus mirror. He's on game point, Skady. Nullus feeling the pressure. Game number 4 happens. And Skady cannot convert with his Uranus against Nullus' Hades on Alfheim. And we've come into number 5. Can Nullus convert the reverse sweep? Or will it all go up in flames to Skady's Kronos here in game number 5? We've seen this matchup, this tournament, many times. We've seen what happens. The deconstruction comes down. The deconstruction is delivered. The oracles are getting taken out. The deconstruction gets delivered. The damage gets done early. The overwhelming pressure from the Kronos starts to happen. And the onus is on the Hades to prove that Kronos, while he's definitely a strong god on this map, don't get me wrong, it's no free win. The onus is on the non-Kronos player to prove it. It seems in tournament settings that's the case. As the Katoskopos coming over here, creating some problems. One way you can kind of fix this up, if you're playing Kronos, you can actually move the citizen, or you can move the time shift the mana onto this position here. So we do see Nullus with some pretty nice micro there. You can time shift the mana onto a position where the villager could jump in and out and you can stop taking the damage. But we do see the villager moving forward here for Nullus, and Skady just simply says, all right, I'll just move back, no problems. Not that he wants to, but he could have. So we see another dock coming down here for Nullus, and this is what we were saying. I've said this before. What's the counter to Kronos? Mass docks. Mass docks is the counter to Kronos. And we'll see what happens here as the game continues. But it looks like Skady is going for a fairly standard 3:30 advance time. Nullus, on the other hand, he won't be advancing anytime soon with 8 villages on wood. The earliest you can kind of get with 8 villages, 9 villages on wood kind of start is, I would say, 5 minutes or 5 minutes and 15 seconds. As we see the temple coming up. Fishing ship spots here. Looks like Nullus has stolen one of those spots away from Skady. Nice play where that's concerned, as Skady going to be garrisoning his fishing ships and sending them back to work. Prometheus on the way. 7 seconds late, but that's not so bad here for the Kronos. One thing that Skady is going to need to do here, and he's already got his Oracle on this position, but he's going to need to do this. He needs to move up to this top side of the map and almost sack the bottom of the side, because he doesn't need to win this. He just needs to force some archer ships out and claim the top side of the map. As we do see the Katoskopos scouting that one out, and we'll see what Skady's plan is here, as he does drop another dock down on the right side of the map here as well. We do have the Khopesh of Horus here, 100% extra hero damage versus the myth units. Decent relics to be picked up, as well as the flagstone of Buhen, as we do have one dock coming down. Meanwhile, villagers are coming over here, and I hate that Skady moved his oracles over to this position. This is, in terms of what I think you shouldn't be going the place where your opponent's built all the docks. And you should be seeing that there's multiple docks here. You should go up to the top side. So we do see one dock up. Will we see any Bareems popping out here? No, he's gone Bareems on the right side. So he's giving all the advantage over to Nullus here. As Nullus is going to get the dock up. He's going Athena. He's getting himself hand axe. It is a late advance. But the Bareems are coming out. The mana just about to come down as well. As the dock here going to be getting taken down. There's 4 docks here. Now, 1 Bareem here, plus deconstruction, is going to be able to put a stop to this top location. We will be seeing that's probably the case here, as Nullus sends that one up. Alternatively, sending the oracles and everything else over to the other side of the map would be a good way to play. As we do see the villager here getting pushed back. Nice catch by Skady as the villager does retreat away. But he has to basically deconstruct this dock, and I think he should. As we do see the dock here getting taken down. The Minotaur coming in, getting a little bit of damage done. We do see the Oracle Heroes getting pulled off as the Bareems come through to get a little bit of damage there. Villager sneaking around. We'll see if he can find his way into this corner to potentially drop another dock down. That will be absolutely gigantic here. As we do see the Promethean getting taken out, but the Minotaur will fall there as well. Oops, that was the wrong button push. Was that a deconstruction? It was. The deconstruction was used. The villager has snuck around here. Question is, will Skady notice it or not? As the dock clearly shows that this is coming up. As now the trireme popping out over here. Skady going to be in full focus on this one. As that red dot over there, he does notice it. He moves up. He does notice it as the trireme going to be coming through here to stop that dock from coming up. He has to focus on it though. The Bareem not moving in just yet. It's attacking the dock. It's attacking the wrong unit here. As the dock here will be finished. The villager gets it up. And it will go. Will the villager even go down here as it runs out of line, out of range? We do see the units now moving through for Skady as he realizes his mistake trying to take out those trireme. He will be able to pick off that villager if he sends the Promethean oracles after it, but Nullus sneaks away. Some fishing ships coming out here as well for Nullus. Nice play where that's concerned as the Bareem's getting chased down. As now Skady here, he's got to deal with 8 trireme versus 12 Bareem, or a ton of trireme versus 12 Bareem. It's still a difficult fight, but a winnable fight here for the Kronos at this point with good micro. As restoration coming down, that changes everything. As this dock here slowly going to get beaten up. The Bareem on this position not doing a whole lot either. As Skady has to pull back underneath his docks for the time being. As the Bareem are getting taken out on this position. Skady trying to micro this one, but there's just plenty of trireme here. As you do see another dock going to be coming up onto this position. Will we see Nullus going for this side of the map or not? In terms of gold mines, it looks like the golds are pretty decent in terms of defense. Golds on both sides of the map should be fine to go for. Are we still seeing Bareems? No more Bareems getting trained as Skady is going to say, no worries, we'll just kind of try and take out the other side of the map. As the villagers are back onto the food for the time being. Military barracks is up here. Will we see a town center or something like that coming through? Still no trireme coming out onto the other side of the map. Do we see any military buildings here for Nullus? Not just yet. No town centers. When Ajax is coming up, it's another storehouse gets dropped down. Keep an eye on this dock to see if anything is going to get built out there. As a fishing ship of Nullus just playing nice and safe on this position. So now the army going to move up to try and take out the dock on the top side of the map. As more fishing ship want to get built here. He can put a dock down the bottom, dock up the top. So the fishing ship pop out. The Bareem here going to get a little bit of damage done. Nullus might notice that there's just one Bareem, and building one trireme here is enough to force out maybe 2 or 3 Bareem to come out. So that's always an option, but it looks like he'd rather just go for the town center first and say, I've won my side of the water. That's all he needs to do. He doesn't have to be greedy about it. He's already got his dock in a decent enough position here to hold this, as we do see the Bareem have now started. But in doing that, Skady kind of says, I'm not getting this town center either. One thing that Nullus has done is utilized his sentinels in his main base here, which does mean this town center is going to be a little bit more open for attack, and especially that gold mine there. The fishing ship need to get sent to where they need to go, but Skady, he doesn't know that his fishing ship are idle because he's got 2 fishing ship idle over here. So he just sees the fishing ship banner or the idle villager banner and he's not caring about it. We'll see if he notices it anytime soon. As one Bareem pops out. Nullus might spot that. 11 trireme here. So Nullus basically needs something in the vicinity of, I would say, 15 Bareem. And at any point here, Nullus can just start his own trireme. It's the army of Skady pushing forward. Going to check out the main base. He will see that gold there. Obviously, Kronos does have that time shift capability, so he can start putting buildings all over the map to cause some problems as well. Skady now sitting at 95 pop. About to get his town center. Looks like his mana's going to be up. Economic Guild also coming through as the army pushing in to try and take down that military academy. The heroes are out, though, for Nullus here. And it looks like, to me, that what Skady is trying to do is he's trying to wait for the for the trireme to get deleted and then pop his bareems out. But he pops them out. He's got himself 8 bareem here. And takes that fight nicely to start this off. As Nullus is not paying attention on this top side. Going for the fight on this location here as well. It does look like Skady here might be able to beat these, kill these trireme fairly nicely. Meanwhile, these fishing ships are still idle. That's such a big blunder for Skady there. So much food he could potentially have that he doesn't have here in this game. Yarny continuing to take this fight. These heroes are just so strong. Skady needs to micro it beautifully. Meanwhile, over here, the bareem's still trying to chase down the triremes here. Good micro from Skady. Good micro from Nullus, though, is they have to be focusing on 2 different armies as these fights continue. More trireme are going to be coming out. Skady fighting underneath Hades' docks is a big, big problem. As he's just trying to force more trireme out here, I think. I don't think he's going to be thinking that he can win on that, but just making Nullus spend more resources in the classical age seems to be the plan here for Skady. Skady going to be retreating back with his army as the Nullus army is starting to look a little bit scary. As the bareems here, they're still trained out ever so slightly as Nullus pulls them back. Pickaxe coming through for Skady as the army moving forward. Can Skady win against the Hades army at this point or not is the big question. As he starts crashing forward, those Toxotes getting pulled away from the Terma. The big difference between Kronos Terma and Uranos Terma is the speed. So keeping his Toxotes out of the line of fire there is a really good thing. But now we see the Kyro Ballista, and that's the big advantage for Kronos here. We'll see if that's going to be enough to help him through. That's the fishing ship. I think they have finally moved to a spot, but he's still got idle fishing ship here. Just drop this fishing ship out, please. You don't need it. It's fine. Nullus at this point is still causing problems here for Skady. As Skady gets himself first seen. Kyro Ballista will be able to take out those hoplites very, very fast now, though. As Skady tries to move his Terma nice and close to the Toxotes. He does manage to do so, getting some good damage there. As the Chiron here manages to clean up the Promethean on this position very, very fast. But the Terma moved right next to the Toxotes, taking all of those down very quickly. A little bit of overkill with those Terma. Sometimes you got to be a little bit more careful with what attacks what. But looks like Skady is able to hold for the time being. As the hoplites coming through to try and take out these docks. As both players got 10 or 11 fishing ships here, but I still think Skady's fishing ships are idle. I could be wrong. Like this one here is obviously idle. These ones are working. This one's idle. Oh dear. Meanwhile, military barracks coming up in the middle of the map here. Looks like Nullus hasn't quite spotted this. The villager's line of sight can be fairly low as this military barracks does seemingly get spotted. So we see a military academy coming onto this position. Skady looking for some villagers to kill over here as well. And he will be spotting them as the storehouse gets built a little bit safer on that position. A couple of units getting picked off over here as they're trying to find the gold mines. Skady can just retreat back with these villages. Doesn't need to mind so much about that. But Aphrodite is already on the way here for Nullus. So the fishing ships have finally started to do what they need to do. And a couple of hits here onto this gold mine is going to hurt. The military barracks up on this position here going to start making some units there to raid is also going to be hurting as Nullus spots this gold mine, sees nothing's on it here. There's more units pushing up onto this position here. The villagers are still happily able to mine on that one, but with Nullus over here, you can get a lot more damage done here as we do see one Promethean offspring getting shanked down, but now the Promethean, his big papa, coming in to bash him away. Be a little bit less likely to want to fight there. Nullus is just happily sitting underneath the town center. The Kyro Ballast are in there, getting good amounts of damage done. The Skady going to be able to advance fairly soon. I imagine we see Hyperion, but we're going with Rhea here for Skady. We'll see how it's going to go, if it's going to work out. Stealing the Nemean Lion, stealing the Chimera, or stealing the Colossus can be a lot more valuable than just turning it into a Gaia unit. Just do see a bit of a path block there from Skady with the time shift. So we're finally starting to see that time shift coming in handy. As the Nemean Lion now in 30 seconds, 30 seconds away from a trader being able to be utilized on it. Skady needs to wait it out. Where is the temple? It's the big question. Generally, when you go for these kind of rear plays, try and time shift that temple into a location. As we do see some units popping out over here. For Skady as he pulls back into his main base. Watchtower's also coming in. But no, just the temple is just going to give that free behemoth there. And we do see the trader being utilized on the Nemean line as the units pushing through over here. More units can keep pumping out of these barracks onto this gold mine, causing problems for Nullus throughout this game. Now we do see Skady says, put some more pressure up onto this position. Artemis is on the way though for Nullus. The question is, how's the building positioning? How are the armory the building upgrades here? If you know that Artemis is the god your opponent is going to be going, I think that it should be standard for Atlantean players at this stage to be putting buildings around their town centers. He kind of does it, but we are seeing now Atlas is on the way for Skady. It's big play there with Atlas. Atlas takes out a ton of villages. There is a gold mine that is positioned right here for Nullus, though, that neither player know about. But, Nullus technically knows about it because he knows there's a gold mine here. Because this map is mirrored. Skady technically knows about it because he knows there's a gold mine here. It's the behemoth sitting idly here. He's going to start moving that one forward. He can start taking down docks and things here as well if he wants to. That's some raids moving forward here for Nullus, trying to pick off some villages yet again. Is the army of Skady going to be retreating back ever so slightly? What's the behemoth decision here after all is said and done? So do see a fortress coming up on that position. Love that play there, making sure this gold mine is nice and safe, and he's going to have access. He's going to have access to the Heliopolis straight away. As this lone hoplite, 25 HP. Will it get into the town? I think the tower will kill it. It's going to be close. Oh. No. It's the town center, and even with Masons, that town center is going to go down. So there's not enough buildings there. Skady will be able to rebuild this one straight away, but the pressure is going to come on. He will have himself that trader very, very soon as well to deal with that. Skady decides to drop himself the implode onto this position, sacking his own army to take out these units as well. As both players' population is going to plummet here, it seems. The town center is back up. There is an Argus in position to defend. He's got to be careful with that one. As the Chimera coming up onto this position, doesn't have that trader just yet as this villager getting pushed back. The gold mine is going to get pushed off fairly soon as well. Because obviously, Skady knows when his god power is going to come back up, but will he send the Argus over there or not? And it looks like he says that's game. As Nullus, he plays it too well here in this game. I think my kind of analysis at the start of the game was very accurate. You see 3-4 docks on one side of the map. You just got to deny the left side of the map and get your fishing ships out. Force out archer ships on the right side to force more resources spent from the Greek player there. Take the left side of the map for cheaper, and then fight hard in the classical age with an earlier heroic age than your opponent. Seems to be the only logical way to play Kronos here against the kind of dock spamming, delayed advance time kind of shenanigans here, sending the heroes over to the side that your opponent hasn't started. But after all is said and done, Nullus plays this one. He completes the reverse sweep here, plays it really, really nicely, managing to stop the Skady shenanigans here in Champions League Season 3. His run is technically over. He will be going into the 3rd, 4th place match to play against the loser of the semi-final 1. If you haven't seen that one, I guarantee it's an amazing series. Go back and check that one out. But that's me for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Congrats to Nullus. Going to go on to the finals. If you guys enjoyed it, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you are on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.